back home also, like what I've said earlier when we started, there's a lot of Filipinos that had parang they question, can my art bring me somewhere? And them seeing, oh, this people has different time zones. They're far from the Philippines, but look, they're aspirational. They're inspiring us.
I think the feeling during that time, it's like you can't really take the time to take a step back to really understand what's happening.
Actually having the willingness to learn, even if you're having that success, even if you're having that experience that you haven't experienced ever.
You know, the best stories are the ones that sound like a lie.
What is up, cyberspace? Welcome back to your favorite podcast. This is DOUGBROCK Radio Podcast. Napapanood at napapakinggan sa paborito nyong YouTube channel, DBTV, Spotify, at sa lahat ng podcast streaming platforms worldwide. We are the cover for arts and entertainment in Spotify podcast. We are part of the top podcast in the Philippines. And this special episode, yes, this is special. This is the first episode outside our studio. This is the first episode outside the Philippines. And we're doing it here in Canada. Sobrang solid. Sobrang salamat. Sobrang thank you sa lahat ng gumagawa ng lahat ng mga bagay para maging totoo to. Sa mga nag-shoot, sa mga nagre-record ng audio, sa mga nangyari kanina, sobrang dami, sobrang solid na mga pag-uusapan. Pero yeah, totoong nangyayari yung mga pangarap. Hindi ko napapahabain, guys. Most requested din to sa atin. Kasama natin ngayong gabi sa paborito niyong podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Music artist sila mula dito. Mas makikilala natin yung storya nila. Nico and Sullivan of Manila Grey.
What up? What up?
What's going on?
Kamusta?
What's up? What's going on, man?
I'm good. Thank you, guys. Thank you for allowing us to, have this podcast and this conversation. But thank you, guys.
We're so happy to be here, man. We just, like you said, we had a great, time getting to know each other before the podcast, and now we're here. Mm-hmm. And this is sick, man. I'm excited to get to know you and get to know the vibes of the podcast too at the same time.
Thank you. So I've been doing this, sabi ko nga, since 2020, and my core really is hip-hop. And, you guys are one of the most influential in this generation in terms of international music, like putting up the Filipino music out there. You've been a very good influence to the, young guns back home. I feel like, there's an example of what being an international Filipino artist today is. Na hindi mainstream, na hip-hop yung tunog. Kasi back home, it's, the parents are, there's no money in music. Hip-hop pa kaya. Pero like seeing, these people are thriving, look. And I feel it. Like there's a lot of conversation that are unrecorded that are, really putting out so much respect with what you do. And now having you here in the podcast, I want to understand more. Like where you guys came from, like how did you guys made it? And what are the things that you've been through here and there? What does it take to handle such a lot of, being independent, I think, handling all your shows, all your plans and all this. But yeah, I want to know more of that. But yeah, Sullivan.
Oh. We're from Richmond. That was a loaded question.
Sorry, bro. I was just excited to talk to you guys.
How do I answer that?
But yeah.
Yeah, man, we out here from Richmond, bro. Richmond boys. We're in Surrey right now.
Surrey.
Shout out Surrey.
This is Surrey, British Columbia. This is what?
Surrey, British Columbia, man.
50 minutes from Vancouver?
Hey, 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But shout out Surrey. Shouts the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the whole team. First of all.
Yeah. Shout out to the B&B. To the place.
Hey, no, we ain't getting sponsored. But shout out to the team. Thanks for having us, man. First of all, welcome to Canada, man. Not a lot of people come out here to visit us, because this is sort of our element. We just chill here, make music here, and I feel like maybe that's why sometimes people don't really know too much, you know, where we came from and all that. But we're just from Richmond, which is 30 minutes out. Grew up there, immigrated here for me like 2000. Met Neeks grade 9. Grade 9, started making music and just took it to the world, you know? So it's really nice when you guys visit, because it feels like, you know, the boys from back home are coming out to see us, you know, and say what's up. Yeah, we just finished the session with Have Abby.
Shout out.
Super talented. Crazy
The world's
talented.
gonna know, man.
Yeah. We made a good one.
Can't wait,
That was a
can't
good
wait.
one, yeah. But yeah, man, it's just a cool vibe. But yeah, I'll let you take it away. Rambling.
Man, I feel like that question is a great question. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really
Sorry
good
about that,
question.
The best question.
It doesn't get any better than that. You know what I'm saying? There was like 8 questions in one. I don't know which one I want to answer. So maybe,
12 questions. The first time.
Bro.
okay, break it down. One question and then I'll answer. Break it down from what you just asked. It was a lot. I don't even know where to start, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to answer again.
Holy
I don't want to
shit.
even answer it again, bro. That's how long it is.
I mean,
No, but-
okay. I feel like, okay, where we started, where we began, what we've done. I'm just re-articulating what you just asked. Yeah, man, it was a blessing. We started, I remember when we put out Time Zones, it was like, 2017, around that time. And it was cool, man. Like, we felt the impact, and it's so cool when you tell us that, you know, the impact that it did in Manila in the Philippines was so big. Because for us, it's crazy because we don't really see that here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not in the vibes of Manila. You know what I mean? We're not in the streets with you guys. You know what I mean? Doing the whole shit. So when we hear that, it feels so good that we can inspire from such a pretty far place from the roots. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it feels good. It feels good to hear that. It keeps us pushing. Like I was telling you outside earlier, we put Manila in the name because we want to take on that responsibility of putting our roots on the map and just, you know, being one of the many spokespeople for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I think it's just a blessing. You know, God hooked us up with allowing our voices to be heard, and now we're here in this situation, doing cool shit, seeing the world, seeing cool people. That's it. I think that's the best answer I can give to that question. I'm trying to remember all the details, but it's kind of hard.
But let's break it down.
Yeah.
But Nico, have you been like born and raised here in Canada?
No, I was actually born in Olongapo.
Okay.
I immigrated to Canada when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
And yeah, man, the rest was history from there.
Okay. Olongapo, and then, so, you know, Olongapo and Subic, you know, Magsaysay area. It's a really like music centric place as well. Like they have like a festival called Mardi Gras where they close the streets and there's a lot of music.
Oh,
But anyways,
dude, yeah, man.
have you visited like Olongapo recently?
We used to go back every single year. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Okay. And you haven't, like, you don't know each other in the Philippines? You're not related at all?
No.
Yeah. You're just both like Filipinos who are both migrated in Canada and just doing music.
Exactly. Like when we met, it was we both happened to just take up music, and then we heard of each other and we were like, yo, we should make some songs, you know what I mean? Because there wasn't a lot of people that was making music. I feel like I can count it in my hands, like how many people there were in our city. You know, again, we were talking about population earlier. The population of Vancouver is very small in comparison.
Was it like
700,000.
For the entire Vancouver.
I think for Vancouver, yeah, just for Vancouver. Yeah.
And then where was I? Yeah, so that's when we met and just started making music. And then we were like, you know what? I feel like we could do something cool with this. You know what I'm saying? So just kept going at it, you know, started from the bottom literally and just kept pushing through, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and then it's fine. I think, brother, I want to know, have you been like part of different groups before you met each other, or you just like vibing us? This is just a small group of artists from Vancouver. How did you guys met? Like,
well, if you're from Richmond, it's a pretty small city, so it's like maybe like 9 schools, like 9 or 10 high schools. So the meetup spot was just the mall. So you go to the mall, right? You know, you chill at the mall. You play basketball. You go to the same house parties. So it's kind of like that vibe. So we just met through that. It's like pretty diverse in Richmond. So there's like the Filipino crews. They would throw parties. I see them there. Hella dance competitions. You know what I mean? And then if it's not the Filipino community, there's a bunch of like events as well. You go to the club, bro. Like, so, oh yeah, this was like when we had already met, but like our network expanded when you start going to the club when you're 19, you know? And we met all the boys, like the rest of the guys at ones around that time, like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And we grew up with a bunch of the guys too, like our DJ Sai. We grew up with him, grade 9, grade 10. Oh, you met him in like grade 8.
Super young.
Super young.
Richmond boys.
Richmond boys,
man.
Strikes, you know, he's the creative director. He helps us with like stage design as well. But yeah, we've known him since grade 9.
Dude,
grade 8.
early on, man.
Early
like,
on. Yeah.
Grassroots, bro. Like
Yeah.
when I say like the ones are family, it's because of that.
Yeah.
It's because of how long we've known each other. You know what I'm saying?
And then we met like our videographer Matt. We were like 18. We met Azel North. He produced for us. Azel North, yeah, bro. So like that's when we were like 18, bro. So
is Azel also a Filipino?
He's Pakistani.
Okay.
He's from Surrey,
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, just linked up, 18 years old, you know, we just made music. We got blessed with like the right team at the same time, you know, like a lot of people were trying to make music, but we had like a team that everybody wanted to make it in their own field.
That's a very special generation. Like you were in a very special.
Oh, for sure.
With the same like creative mind people in the Vancouver area, like linking up together.
Yeah. And
I feel like in order to succeed in the game, you need those like crazy things to happen to just line up for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of need the right people to line up at the right perfect time for you to have a really good career. And I'm noticing that again with you guys and your
yeah.
team. You know what I mean? I was telling him, we were sitting on the couch and I was like, yo, this is dope. Like you can see the magic when the team is moving in a way that's like, we're here to get to that next level all together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is super dope.
Because we used to have these retreats too. Like we held one in West Van. Everyone was there, but everyone's just trying to perfect their craft. So it's like, you know, we have a videographer there. Like he wants to be the best videographer. There's like an engineer there, producer there. Everyone wants to be the best at their field, you know? And graphics, it's like, yo, we just cooked up the song. Like, what's the artwork? Some guy's working on the artwork. Some guy's like editing a video. You know, it's just like a house, like a very creative house. And it's kind of like here, you know, there's a studio over there. There's a little setup here. You guys are never not working, you know, that's the thing, right? Never not working. And it's dope to see because that's kind of how we started, like just high school shit. And then just learned through experience, like through the industry. But I don't think we've ever really asked like, yo, are we gonna make it? It was always like, yo, we just gotta keep making shit, making it cool, and like the quality's gonna be crazy, and then whatever happens. But we definitely all kind of came to an agreement, like, yo, we gotta get out of here. You know, we gotta put the music out to the world, and you know, you manifest that with your team. Mm-hmm. You got like 10 people manifesting the same thing. Yeah, it'll happen, right? It'll happen.
That's it, man.
When you guys like had this like of course you've been doing a lot of events, you've been throwing out a lot of music first, and then when it finally came, like people really recognize outside your niche and you're becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and then that impact is like being your reality, and you're realizing that, oh, our music is reaching people. Like, how did you like first handle it? What was the experience when you like first, what's like when you first hit your first biggest like views, or let's say your first like wave, the first moment that you realize, oh, people are listening. What was the feeling? Bring us through that.
I think the feeling during that time, it's like you can't really take the time to take a step back to really understand what's happening. It's just happening so fast in front of your eyes that you're kind of just like, okay, there's something cool here. I feel like the shit that I told myself I was gonna do, it's happening, and I can't really just take a step back and be like, whoa, this is so cool, this is dope. You're kind of just like, hey, what's next? What's the next move? What do I have to do? How do I get to that next level? How do I keep going? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where the hunger fully kicks in, where you kind of become like a robot. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, cool. We're moving here. We're flying to this city next. We want to see the world. These guys want to book us here. You're like, whoa, this is cool as fuck. But the thing that stood out for me the most is before Manila Grey started, I remember I was in my bedroom at my mom's house writing time zones, right? Writing time zones. And I was like, I was on my bed writing it, literally on a pad. I'm like, oh, dog, one day somebody's gonna sing this back to me. It's gonna be fucking crazy, bro. And I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is hard. And then that day came, the day that I felt it. We were at Xylo in the Philippines. The previous year, we actually opened up for A$AP Rocky at Xylo. And we were like, this is cool. The following year, we sold out Xylo. And everybody in that fucking room, bro, sang it back. And I was like, holy shit. I thought about it, and I was like, I'm thanking that guy that was in his room, the younger version of me in his room, going, yo, you did the shit, bro. Like, y'all did this shit. Y'all cooked this shit up. It was nuts. I remember looking at Saul on stage, and I was like, do you hear this? Yeah. What the fuck? It's a crazy feeling, bro. Like, that moment where in unison, like 1,000 people just sing your song back to you, you're like, oh shit, my words mean something. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was the moment where I finally took a step back and went, whoa, shit, that's fucking dope. You know what I mean? Let's do it again, you know?
Yeah, same. I think for me it was Black Market when we went to the Philippines for the very first time. So anytime we go back to the Philippines, it's just family, right? We go back to Cavite. I'm from Cavite.
You're Cavite.
Yeah, Cavite.
Where's Cavite?
Sangley Point by the Air Force Base. I was born around like the military base there, by the water. Yeah, man. So it's like it's kind of crazy. Every time I come home, like I have a certain, I guess, idea of the Philippines because I grew up there, right, until I was 8. Yeah. So I kind of knew the vibes, but coming
That's
back,
8, maybe grade 2, grade 3.
Yeah, you know, and coming back as Manila Grey, I was like, what is this, bro? What is this? Like, bro, culture has changed so much. Like, people are outside. And I just remember hopping on stage that I completely didn't expect. When we started singing and people started singing, I was literally like, bro, I made this in my garage. What is happening?
Black Market.
A Black Market.
Wow.
And there was like way more kids. I think Black Market's capacity is like 200, like 250, 400. 400?
More.
Yeah, but that shit was
400 more.
That shit was packed outside to the outside. So I was like,
plus
yo,
the Mauden.
Yeah,
the other room, the red room.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. And this was like, we haven't been back to the Philippines in so long, bro. So like, I'm observing everything. Like, guys selling cigarettes outside, kids everywhere, and they're there for us. And I was like,
eat my balls. The fish balls.
Yeah, like, you know, and like,
is it Bad Decisions?
Say what?
Bad Decision Wednesday?
No.
The event?
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
In Black Market? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of surprised me, you know, because we're just from Richmond. And it's like, I guess we didn't think that it could get that far. Because to us, we're looking at the laptop and it's like, okay, 2 million views, right? But it's kind of just numbers, you know, like 2 million. Oh, that's dope, right? But then when you see them in person, you're like, Jesus Christ, like y'all are in my face singing my lyrics, bro.
Do you know anyone personally that has those numbers? aside from yourselves and your group?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like in the city.
In the city?
Oh yeah. Like it happens a lot in the city too. There's a bunch of really great artists here too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think on the Filipino side, where like we really push to again push the roots. I don't really know many people that have done it.
Yeah, in terms of the Filipino community, like we definitely like we just wanted to be also, we're also Canadian musicians first as well, right? So it's like, we rep Canada and like our lifestyle as immigrants out here and like our story. So I think like it was a shock to us when the music started getting recognized here as well. So it's like we go home, people are singing the the songs, but we also come back to Canada and it's like, oh man, like we're getting recognized by the Junos or getting recognized by big concert promoters, and we doing our own tours and stuff. So that was big for us, like just to be Canadians and being able to be in the scene, because like we grew up here, right? So we would listen to like Much Music. So Much Music is like the main. It was like Channel 24. It was like our main music. It was like mix for us, right? Growing up.
The MTV.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like
Music channel.
exactly the music channel. Yeah, and so like just starting to get into that industry where we're getting recognized, like I guess in the mainstream.
Yeah.
So like that was cool, just being Filipinos. This is actually a crazy full circle moment. Like, so when we were teenagers, we used to watch Channel 25, YTV, right? That's where all the anime is, all the SpongeBob and all the cool shit. But there's a Filipino host named Carlos, and he was like the afternoon host. He's a legend, bro. Like he actually pioneered a lot of like us being because that's the only Filipino guy I see on TV.
Like on TV.
And he's on a hip channel.
Okay.
Bro, like
Where the Filipino kids are.
Yeah. But like, we're super diverse here. It's Punjabi people, white people. So, but everyone's watching this guy. He's like the host. And he's Filipino. Repping Philippines. And years later, when we were MANILA GREY, he interviewed us. Finally, bro. It was like the best moment, man. And that just goes to show like it's so important, like representation out here, because like there's not many of us, right? So we really want to also here in the Canadian scene, we wanted to break certain barriers as well. The Philippines was just a bonus. Like it was almost like the cherry on top. We're like, damn, the motherland likes us. That's crazy. But initially, our initial thought was like, we gotta we gotta get into the Canadian music scene, or we gotta get
exactly. It's like how do we promote the Philippines through Canadian music? That was the biggest thing. You know what I mean? Like it's just remembering and embracing your roots and where you come from. And just putting that on and showing Canada that like, we got cool shit happening too. You know what I'm saying? So that was super dope, man.
It was sick because like we didn't even expect Filipinos to like our stuff. Like we were just kind of making music in the Canadian ecosystem, And I don't even like. I guess the name gave it away, but like I guess for a while, like we didn't really show our faces or anything like that.
It was like super mysterious.
We weren't we weren't singing in like Filipino or anything. So we were just like, just making music, right? And for the kids back home to gravitate towards it was like a shock, bro. I was like, wow, like you guys get us, And I thought that was hella dope.
I think also the timing is perfect.
Yeah.
When your music came out, I think the timing is perfect when your music came out. It resonates to a lot of Filipinos back home, but at the same time, it's the internet who connects us, bro.
Facts.
Like,
For sure.
like the digital streaming platforms, like the YouTube, the random pages telling, these two guys are Filipinos.
Yeah.
All of these people, like everything. And I think back home also, like what I've said earlier when we started, there's a lot of Filipinos that had parang they question, can my art bring me somewhere? And them seeing, this people has different time zones. They're far from the Philippines, but look, they're aspirational. They're inspiring us. So for me, seeing that and do you know that there's also like uh doing covers of your music, people performing it.
Really?
It's always in the I've
People
seen
be
it.
performing it?
Yeah.
See, that's crazy to us. Like, you know, we
Like it's part of the DJ set lists.
Oh, word.
Your songs on the top clubs. Why? They have to line it up with the other OPM Filipino artists, Filipino rappers. I think it's the audience is that diverse, and you being here in Canada, it's always easy to put in your song side by side with Shanty Dope, side by side with Al James, side by side with Hev Abbey, to put it in one playlist. You get me? So that's how easier it is right now. And for us to be able to be connected here, I think I want to know and want to understand how hard it is to like operate as independent. Like you having your homeboys, having your friends, your homies, the same people from Richmond, having them as a team. But you guys have no like little to nothing experience on running entertainment label, company, or collective, right? So how did you guys navigate this thing?
I think the biggest thing to understand when you're going to jump in this game is to understand that it's called the music business for a reason. Business is in the name for a reason, and you have to study the game through and through to understand how to propel your career and get to that next level. So that's something that us and the entire team, we sat down and we were like, hey, what's it going to take? You know, what's the logistics on everything? Especially when you travel, you need a videographer, you need somebody to handle the tour, you need a tour manager, you need a manager, you need somebody making sure that your sponsors are good, you need somebody that's handling all the little nitty gritty work where you're like, oh, we need a car, we need all these things. So we all sat down, we're like, we had to give the roles to the right people that were willing to take on that thing. And trust me, man, it's hard. It's very hard to move independent in the game, but probably the right way to move, because you get to keep everything. You get to keep your masters, you get to maintain everything that you've created, all the art that you created, that's yours. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what we advocate for, because it's like, it's crazy, bro. Like you hear these horror stories of people that sign to labels. Yeah, they take care of, you know, your touring, your merch is good, your website's running. What else? What else are they giving you? Oh, studio time, here you go. Like have all this. Oh, you want to shoot a music video? Here you go. But now you owe all that money to the label, and you don't own your songs. So what do you keep at the end of the day? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I think moving independent, yes, it's a struggle, but it's very fulfilling, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just having the right team. I guess we just learned as we went, you know. But you definitely have to, you definitely got to know what's up, like, you know, what royalties, mechanical royalties, your publishing, performance royalties. If you want longevity, you definitely got to know where your money is, right? Because like, bro, there's like, especially in this digital age, there's like artists that there's like a black box somewhere where there's money and they just don't know how to unlock it, or they just don't know how to claim their royalties, you know? So I feel like that was the biggest thing for us, is like, yo, what websites, am I on Sound Exchange? Am I on Song Trust? Am I registered at SOCAN? Like, you gotta learn how to register your work, because you work so hard on it, right? And you make beautiful music, so you know, you gotta learn how to be able to monetize it. And that was the biggest thing for us, you know, just learning, like, when you start seeing monetization, like you go on YouTube, you become a partner, right? It's like a slow climb, right? But when one hits, I mean, all you need is an opportunity, right? So it's like, when one hits, you better be prepared. Like, yo, okay, cool, I gotta register my songs here, make sure my royalties are straight. Cool, am I opening up an incorporation? Like, how am I gonna intake this money? And then when you start, and at the same time, you slang in the music, right? Taking shows, right? A bag for a show here, you know, you start hustling, and slang the music lifestyle, and You going from one city to another, get in the bag, make more music, get the bag. And after that, you know, you got to be able to be careful with your money, make sure that like, yo, this is going the right places, you got to invest, right? So it's like a slow build for sure, but it's good when you got people around you that's like, oh, I didn't think of that, you know? I didn't think of that. Like, we should do it like this. Or like one guy's just, he loves sending Google Calendar invites. Like nobody uses Google Calendar invites, but this guy is doing it. So he implemented the team. Like, oh, like, yo, Asana is like a project management app. It's like, yo, this will make it like faster. Like we can plot down our
just
stuff.
efficiency.
You know, it's like, yo, we should probably do that, right? So it's fun. You know, you build it out with the boys for sure. Like, you know, you're building something. You're working towards like something bigger, and it's your purpose, right? But the biggest thing is education. You gotta educate yourself where you're getting your money from, because there's a lot of money out there, especially in music. But it's just like learning.
You gotta find it.
Yeah, you gotta find it. You know, no one's. Even when you're in a label, you gotta audit them. And
Mind you, we knew probably like 10% of this before time zones blew up.
Yeah.
So literally that first year, we're like, yo, we have a lot to figure out.
We got a lot to figure out.
You know what I'm saying?
Crash course.
Yeah, crash course. Like we didn't have, you know, like again, from getting to know your team today, you guys have people that have been in the industry for years, you know, that kind of know the ropes of how the Philippine industry works, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't really have that because there was no blueprint for what we did out here, you know what I'm saying? So we were kind of the blueprint. So we were like, oh shit. What's next, bro? Like, so we just unlocked that 90% in like the next year. And we're like, hey, let's figure this out, you know?
And we met a lot of like cool people that definitely like, you know, are mentors that kind of just help us through like, you know, touring. Even like there's so many aspects of the music. Like you're not just recording, you're also like trying to figure out what the stage is for the shows, the medleys, like how the show flows. That's its own art, right? Because you're putting on a show. It's completely different from just like recording music in the studio. So you got to wear different hats, and then, you know, on your off days you got to make sure that your taxes are good, you know. So it's a full-time thing, and you got to be locked in. You got to be locked in, bro.
That's a lot of values. I mean, just understanding your business, knowing your royalties, paying your taxes. Just, you know, having actually having the willingness to learn, even if you're having that success, even if you're having that experience that you haven't experienced ever, and you know, all these alien experiences can sometime put you into, you know, different state of thinking or maybe different optics, but knowing where your roots are, knowing what the vision really is, and, you know, having that point where to go is very important, and having a very good team to remind you if you're being so much, or if you're, you know, or you're slacking a little bit. You know, I'm pushing you. You know, I think what you guys told me today, it's nice to know that you guys are, you know, just same as in the Philippines. It's just different. You're just in Canada, but you're always just trying it.
Yeah.
You're just trying your best as well, right?
Yeah. That's what it is. You know, we just want to make everyone proud, and it's like we stumbled upon a gold mine. You know, young Filipino kids, man, and it's like, yo, what do we do now? It's an opportunity. You take the opportunity.
We have consumers now.
Exactly, bro.
Make more music for them to consume.
Yeah, man. And it's like you stumble upon that. It's a blessing. Like when I came here, it's like we didn't know anything, bro. We didn't know anything. We didn't know the credit system. We didn't, bro. Like we would see the frost on the grass, bro, when it's cold out. And we would be like, yo, don't step on that shit. It's like pesticide. You know, we didn't know anything about Canada. Right? And it's like as we built it out, right? Like that's really why we do it, is because for the fam. Because like, you know, what are the chances, man? You know, what are the chances that we made it out of like the hood. Like, well, I lived in like the hood, you know, so it's like we made it out, but then all of a sudden we're in this barren wasteland, and there's like we're in a basement, and there's only 4 of us, and my mom's pregnant, and we're like, yo, what do we do, right? And then you know, we're blessed that when we went into the high school and we got like, you know, we got into the music, kept us away from like trouble, right? And then fast forward, we stumbled upon this thing that worked. Like, yo, we gotta hustle this now, right? Like we had nothing before. We got like this is a money printing hack. It's like we just gotta make music and tell our message to the world. This is what we've been doing since we were 14. It's like let's just keep doing it.
It allows you to do that. It allows you to stay creative throughout everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And like Saul said, like the biggest like inspiration and drive for why we do it is to kind of pay back the sacrifice that our parents took to make sure that we had a better future coming here. You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to pay that forward. And it's nice that, you know, God gave us a voice that is actually being heard throughout the world, bro. That's fucking crazy to me, man.
And also,
you know?
Educate the next generation.
Exactly.
Like we got siblings. We're the eldest.
Okay.
Right. So I got 2 brothers and 1 sister. My sister's like 18. My brother's 24, and like my other brother, he's like a year younger than me. Right. Okay. But you know, they're seeing us run the business, and we get to tell them like young Filipinos that like, yo, you gotta invest. Like, yo, we gotta invest in some ETFs. We gotta buy some stocks. Like, yo, you get this capital, like put it into this, like budget it $200 a month, put it into some stocks, put it into your retirement, invest that. And it's like we get to teach them like, yo, don't do this because it'll mess up your credit. And we learned that just being businessmen and just being and dealing with like vendors and dealing with contractors, right? So at least we get to pass that down to the younger generation. And honestly, that's like what we want to do is like, yo, if you find something that works, like go for it. But like don't forget the back end and collect that shit. You know? Collect your money, invest it. Property.
So important, man.
You know,
so important.
So important, bro.
Dude, that's why like 90% of the rappers you online go broke, man. Because they buy fucking big ass chains, you know? It's
like you can invest in a business.
You
can invest.
You get lost in the designer and the
get
big
lost
ass
in the
chains,
sauce, you know?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, so it's nice, man. It's nice kind of just giving that info to the kids, man. That's really because like no one told us, right?
And you guys killing it without having a blueprint, right?
We have mentors though. We got like cool mentor that told us for sure. Yeah.
Of course, like it's you're the.
But don't get me wrong. There's been a fair share of buying dumb, stupid shit.
Oh yeah,
dude.
bro. Talking about the crypto bull run?
Like, yeah, dude, if we're talking about just chill shit, like on the real, like I'm not trying to preach that we're like perfect human beings that don't fuck up. You know what I'm saying? We're human beings. We fuck up.
Yeah, no, we bought NFTs.
Bro, buying NFTs, fucking NFTs, Louis Vuitton sunglasses that had no right being that price, but I needed 3 colorways. I'm like, why do I need this, bro? Motherfucker, I had 3. I'm like, no, it's an investment. I'm wearing it in the music videos.
Like, who needs a red one, bro?
Oh, dog, I fucking picked them all up. So that's where you get smart. You're like, whoa, shit. You know what? I could have probably bought a house. You know
That's a down payment for a house.
We gotta take a break. Andito pa rin sa paborito niyong podcast. Kasama ko si Sullivan at si Nico ng Manila Grey.
Yeah.
This is DOUGBROCK.
Yo, Cybergang, maraming salamat sa pagsuporta dito sa DOUGBROCK Radio Podcast. Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung iba pa namin mga episode, meron kaming 100 plus ng mga episode ng podcast. Check nyo lang din yung DOUGBROCK Radio Podcast playlist. Huwag nyo kalimutan mag-subscribe, mag-follow at salamat palagi sa suporta nyo. Keep on winning.
Yo, nandito ako pa rin sa paborito mong podcast. Ito po ang DOUGBROCK Radio Podcast. Napapanood mo dito sa DBTV. Like mo kami, subscribe ka, DBTV Network. Like mo kami, follow mo kami. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, dbtv.network, DOUGBROCK _ Kasama pa rin natin Manila Grey. So, pasensya na kanina, medyo stumbled, medyo nakaka-pressure mag-English. At tama, nakwento rin nila. Oo nga naman, ngayon na alam kong doon din sila pinanganak Siguro naman, kahit 2 years old, umalis si Nico sa Pilipinas, first language nila sa bahay, Tagalog. Pagtatagalog na lang ako, hirap.
Alam mo kasi bro, hindi marunong mag-Tagalog. Marunong naman kasi mag-Tagalog eh, pero pinapahirapan mo pa kami.
Pero hindi, yun nga. Going back, for your English-speaking audience, syempre, there's a lot of Filipinos also na born and raised na, repping also Filipino because of you guys. Just seeing you guys earlier perform, you did the music on the spot. You sat down, got your phone, went to the notes right away, just hearing like 8 bars from the beat playing. And you guys when to go to work. And I respect that. Like, the energy is fluid, the energy is like natural and all. But just seeing you guys, like meeting you first time, and just overflowing creativity, like I respect that. I wish these people watching this podcast can like see you work, like the energy's there.
For sure, man. I think it's the thing that's the hardest to catch all the time when you're a creative is inspiration. And the moment that you feel just like a single sliver of that inspiration, I feel like you got to take it, man. Always take it. There are times where, when you're just too lazy to either go to the studio and then you end up going that day and you're like, whoa, if I didn't go today, I want to have these demos in my hand right now.
Yeah.
So that little push that just pushes you to be like, take your phone out or start writing or start recording, take that opportunity, man. Because that's where the magic comes. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what I felt. The moment I heard the beat, I was like, okay, fuck, something about this is super inspiring. Let me just bring my phone out, see what I come up with, That's it.
Yeah. You gotta respect the wave. That's what it is.
Respect the wave.
You gotta respect the wave. When you catch the wave, you gotta do it right. You gotta respect it. You gotta ride the wave until you're finished. You finish something, right? Because it's tough. But like we try not to like come out of a session dry, and it's fun. It's supposed to be fun, right? Yeah. So like we just have fun. Like, you just saw me freestyle some shit. Yeah, it takes a little longer. Shout out to NJ, bro. Just being patient, man. Like, punch me in.
NJ took my job today. That was nice.
That was your job.
Yeah.
We record each other.
Because it's fun because that's just how we've always been doing it. You know what I mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's just how we record.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
We kind of got the same process too, right? And so it's nice because like he's a good engineer because everybody has their own word. Like mine is one more time. So it's like that. So a good engineer kind of just spots it like maybe 10 minutes in, like he already kind of knew like, oh, I'm gonna punch this guy in 2 bars or 4 bars before. So it's all about the flow as well, right? So that's why shout out to NJ for not breaking the wave.
Yeah, dude.
He respected it.
He respected the wave, bro. You respected the wave, my friend.
It, dude.
And he just allowed me, to paint on the canvas, right? But that's what it is, man. Like music's supposed to be fun, so try not to overthink it. And if we like it in the moment, then it's like it's cool,
I got a good story of catching the wave. We were working on the Spirits album.
Okay.
And we had this like writing retreat vibe. We were in the studio. We were locked in for 8 hours. Saul was in one studio. I was in the other studio. And the biggest thing, we just came from our Canada tour, so inspiration was high, all-time high, right? Saul's doing his thing in the one room, just cooking up demos. I'm doing the thing in the other room, cooking up demos, right? I think at the end of that night, we racked up a total of 11 to 12 demos, new demos, right?
Wow.
A lot of songs. That was the batch that had new style warm up, that whole vibe, right? Bro, we get a message a week later from the engineer that night, right? I'm not gonna name names, shout out the boy. He's like, dude, my hard drive like doesn't work. The files are gone. We lost fucking like 12 songs, bro. Like recorded perfectly in studio, just lost them all, man. And we were like,
And that's the thing, like you can't. It's hard to re-record.
Yeah, it's
because
not
then
the
you're
same.
in the moment. You know, you're in the moment.
The wave was lost.
You're in the
bro.
environment. So that's why it's like when you catch the wave, just respect it, man.
Yeah.
You never really know when it's gonna get
We
taken away from
respected the
you.
wave too much, man. That we recorded too much and didn't remember about the back end, like we were talking about, where you got to hit save and put it in multiple hard drives. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, dude. We were like, what the fuck is going on, man? Damn.
So that's a lesson for you guys.
Oh, that was a lesson
Check the
for
back
sure.
end. Airdrop at least the thing that you can listen before you go home. But yeah, but I think most importantly, big part is showing up. Because when you guys have no wave yet, you guys showed up for sure.
Oh yeah.
You guys went to venues. You guys went playing for different people, for different vibe. But can you share us how is it like when you first went to the Philippines performing? How's the reception like? Like after that first performance, the reception between other artists. How's the did you guys shot multiple music videos in the Philippines? Did you guys met creators there or?
Oh yeah, man. We have some crazy stories, because like when we went back home, and this was during like our Silver Skies campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Went back home with the team, and like a lot of the team has never been in the Philippines, right? And so it's all brand new to us, man. You go to BGC, you're like, gee, wow, what happened? Like everything's changed. You know, we're at the Fairmont, right? It's like a trap house in there. You know, we got to know the front desk. You know, we're just in and out with camera gear. They're like, what the hell are these guys doing here?
That was a sick trip.
Yeah, it was a
man.
crazy trip, you know, and you know, we got to meet everyone. Everyone's so hospitable, man. Like, you know, you're in Canada for so long that you go home to the Philippines and you're like, wow, it's so warm. Not just like the weather, but the people. The people are so warm, man, and so welcoming. Every artist that we've met is so welcoming. Just meeting you guys, you know, just like so humble, always looking out. And it, for us, like maybe I've been in Canada for a very long time, but that's definitely like a part of me that I don't necessarily feel too much unless I'm with the fam. You know, but you go home and it's you're surrounded by that energy, just family, you know. That's shouts Vin Diesel. But yeah, you know, so when we went back home, we couldn't wait for the boys to experience that. Bro, they were hearing the momster like, yo, what is so nice, bro? Like they're like so accommodating. Like some guy just started playing guitar. Like we're at this buffet, guy just started playing guitar and singing. And the boys were just like, bro, like it's amazing here.
Shock,
like
but
it's
in
a
good
crazy
way.
culture shock. But yeah, and then we got to meet everybody. We shot some music videos, which we have crazy stories. Like you can tell them about like being in the jungle, you know, just like YOLOing it, man. Because we didn't know anybody out there, bro. So we were just like, yo, let's bring the team, bring a camera,
Just guerrilla style.
we'll
bro.
guerrilla style.
I think we like drove from
Batangas. We were in
yeah,
Batangas.
we went to Batangas into this like big forested area, and we were like, we had this crazy idea. I remember calling Saul probably a week before we left Vancouver, and we were like, yo, we got to do something fucking sick in the Philippines, man. What should we do? We got to do something viral. You want to wear puffer jackets in the fucking forest?
White puffer jackets.
We're
Like, we gotta wear white puffer jackets.
So it like feels like, you know what I mean?
It's just different.
You guys crash landed from Vancouver like a cold place.
No, we just wanted to be different. We're like, let's just be different.
Bro, great idea. It was a great idea at the time. We
Bro.
get there, bro. Fuck, dude. We get there. We're in the middle of this jungle, bro. Sweating buckets, dude. Sweating balls, man. And we're in the middle of this forest. I'm wearing the puffer jacket. He's got a hoodie on with a vest on.
With a vest, bro.
With a vest on top. Mine was easier to take off. He was like stuck in there just sweating,
It
bro.
wasn't a zip up, bro. It was a
dude.
pullover.
It was a pullover.
It was a pullover.
So we're
bro.
there, right? We're in the middle of if you're doing a video cut, you can insert that scene. In the middle of this jungle, right? Bro, broken coconuts, fire ants everywhere, all over the fucking floor, bro.
Yeah, fire
Snakes just fucking going through. I'm like, I'm not gonna look down, man. If I look down, I'm not doing this shot. I'm not doing this take. We were like,
Yeah.
yo, tuck your shit in. This is for the shot. It's gonna be viral. Don't worry about it. It's gonna go viral.
Yeah,
Thank God.
the homie Matt put his socks on top of his his pants. Like, yo, we got it. We're good. We're just going in raw, boys. We're just going in raw. Yeah,
Bro.
we had a little van waiting to the side. It's like every time there was like a cut, it's like, yo, headed back to the AC, bro. We were like, yo, we gotta wipe this shit off.
Oh my God, dude.
And then we went out to celebrate after. Got lit. Got lit, bro. We wanted to like go to the restroom, right? So we're looking around, and then we find like porta potties. No, at first we were like, yo, should we just run it? Should we just run it? Like, should we just like pull over, just, take a leak anywhere, right? But we were in the middle of the city, so it wasn't like it was nice, bro. Like we felt bad. Like I'm not trying to do this, right? So, but at first we went to this building. So we're looking around. This place is creepy as hell. We're like, yo, I feel like someone's watching us, right? Good thing we found porta potties like by the side. All right, cool. We did our thing, right? Dude, we find out that this place is called The Amazing Show. Mm-hmm. And it's like the film center in Manila where it's like hella haunted. Mm-hmm. And we were about to take a piss in the grounds, bro. But like the moment, like we were drunk as fuck. Mm-hmm. Sorry, can I cuss? That's my bad, bro. We were drunk as fuck. And we just went to this like Manila Film Center, like abandoned film center, bro.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. But we were walking around like, yo, what's up? Yo, did you find a place? Yeah, did you find a place to piss? And we're just walking around this, and then we tell the homies the next day, like we met with, so we met up with like some homies the next day from the Philippines. And they were like, bro, that's like the most haunted building out there. And we're like, yo, what are we doing? We don't know anything out here, bro.
Oh my God.
Some crazy stories out there, man. Like,
you just gotta drop the tabi-tabi po. You know what I mean?
Yeah, tabi-tabi po.
And I think you're safe. That's the safe word, right? Like you just like, you drop that. Before you walk anywhere, before you do anything, just drop it.
Before you drop your zipper, you gotta drop that tabi-tabi.
Yeah, dude.
Facts.
Fuck, man.
I remember, I don't know if this is, if I remember it correctly. One of your first visits in the Philippines was this event, this house party with Mayweather and A$AP Rocky.
Oh yeah. That was with San Versosa.
I was there.
Oh, you were there that night.
Oh, the
Let's
SV
go.
birthday party.
Yeah.
With the bathtub of
Ace.
Of Ace.
Ace of Spades.
champagne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. That
Oh,
shit,
yeah,
A lot
dude.
of Filipino rappers,
That was dope.
celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
You played there, yeah.
See, like
that was
when.
your first visit in the Philippines?
No, that was like
Second.
third. That was third. Yeah.
See, there's one of those other crazy stories, right? Like we're just here in Canada, then all of a sudden we're just there.
I'm in a house party with A$AP Rocky and MANILA GREY.
And Mayweather, bro.
Hey, Mayweather.
Mayweather. Dude, I was like,
And Chabit Singson.
Yeah, dude.
And
oh man, that was so cool,
Big
man.
Boy Chang.
Yeah,
that was
dude.
so cool,
We met
man.
a lot of cool people that night, for sure. And we were like, again, like Saul was saying, we're from Richmond, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But the hospitality, I tell you, man, like unmatched, man.
Shout
And
out Sam.
we took the
Shout out
boys.
Sam, man.
We took the boys too, and they were shot. Like we take the boys everywhere.
Yeah.
Pull up. We're gonna go back. And that, they're always waiting for us. Like, yo, it's time to go back to the islands, boys. Because like we're out here, wintertime. We survive the wintertime. We make music, but in the Philippines, it's a party, right?
It's like-
you guys know how to party out there. It's
Tropical weather is the best.
Yeah, dude.
oh yeah.
You know, the
100%.
best stories are the ones that sound like a lie. You know what I mean? Like,
Actually,
it sounds like a lie. It
Bro,
sounds like you're lying. You know, it's like
on
nuts.
that night, there's like 50 Ferrari, 30 Lamborghini.
It was nuts.
You remember that?
That's
Yeah,
how-
right,
just
yeah.
keep adding on to the lie. You know what I mean? Because it sounds like it's like,
There's a pool
it's
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. That was a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, that was fun.
best nights in Manila, huh?
Hell yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
Such a
we've
vibe.
had some nights, man. We've had some nights.
good vibes.
Yeah, Manila's amazing.
Okay, before everything happened, like before blowing up and having these moments, like tell us about the typical days doing music, just trying to create. What are the things? Can you like bring us to the story of you guys are creating music and asking yourself, is this gonna work? or telling your teammate like, yo bro, I know you gotta do something else, but trust me, we can do something in here. Like, did you have those moments? Did you share those moments? Like, can you walk us through
with the
that?
team, like the process with the team.
Or like he's like if there's doubt, any doubt.
Oh, any
like,
doubt?
Fighting through that doubt, you know.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, as an artist, naturally you just doubt your work, right? Like, as like, you know, you're being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And you put it out to the world, and it's different when you're just beginning and there's maybe you got like 5 listeners and it's like the homies, right? But it's different when it comes out to, you know, people from across the world, like the Philippines, or maybe even a person that's not Filipino, you know, somewhere in the US, right? Might be some guy from the Bronx or some guy from Michigan, like, you don't know, right? But it's coming from your emotions. And so as an artist, I think you gotta like compartmentalize, and because you have to be a little bit fearless for sure. And I think that's why it's good to have like support. Like, you know, you work with a good producer, engineer, you got your friends there, you guys are writing together, because you're almost like, you know, nothing is really, every great piece of art is like made through collaboration. It's kind of hard to just do it on your own. So when you have like so many people creating the art with you, and that could be music or shows or putting together a meet and greet or doing a little, you know, you got a little team here, right? So it's like everyone's putting in their expertise. So I think like that alleviates the pressure of like doubting it. You know, like you doubt it less because you got so many people, like cool people working on it. But yeah, but like from a songwriter's perspective, whenever I feel doubt, I tend to just want to write about it. I'll just write about it. I'll just get out of my system. Like you saw me work. Like I don't really write. I just kind of feel it, and I punch in. I say whatever I want to say. So it's like if I ever feel doubt, then I'll just make it, and if it doesn't come out, then it doesn't come out. But it's important to be able to express your doubt. If you're doubting your future, put into music, man. You know, you get into 100%. You know, you get into a breakup, you put in music. Things don't work out, you put in the music. And I think that's the ironic part with music, man. You know, it's almost like you're stuck in this cycle. You're experiencing life, and then you put in the music. Like we've manifested so much just through the music. There are some verses that I listen to, and I'm like, damn, bro, that came true, bro. And I said that a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Sometimes I said 3 months ago, and then it comes true. And I'm narrating like exactly what happened, you know? And I think that's like, that's what's incredible. And you got to be able to tap into that and express yourself. But yeah, doubt or no doubt, like just you gotta put into something, art, right? You were telling me, right, during COVID, like you had no way to express yourself. But when you find that expression, man, it's like, do you have time to doubt? Like, fuck it, I'll just put it down. I'll just lay it down, you know? I'll just lay it down, like, whatever. If it gets released, whatever. If it does, then amazing. And it takes another, and then once it's released, it's kind of like, oh shit. That's when you got to deal with like, you know, where it's like you try to avoid comments or just kind of live in the moment, right? Mm-hmm. Because now your shit gets critiqued and whatever.
That's the thing, man. You can't have everybody like you.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Exactly.
You know, if you live life understanding that, nothing will piss you off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, fuck, dude. Like everybody has their own opinion. It's okay. You're not gonna be liked by everybody. It's actually better to not be liked by everybody. You know, because then that means you're being fake if you're liked by everybody. You know, so yeah, man. That's it.
That's what it's about, like, and just like authenticity, and people can detect that, I feel. And we just learned that like you can't really control others, you know. So you can only control your circumstances. So for us, it's like, yo, if it sounds lit for us, like we control the environment for us. We made something dope. We'll put it out, you know. Fuck what they say, right? It's like let them have their own opinions. But truly, like what I'm blessed with is like just knowing that people are relating to it, and people have cried to it. People have, you know, had like canon events in their life, and then Manila Grey is playing in the background. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
That's so dope,
like
man.
that's crazy to me. Like, it's kind of like we're contributing to this universe that we live in. That's our gift, right? It's a, you know, I feel like whenever I see you guys and you got all these other artists, it's like it's the gift, and it's our purpose to give that to the world, you know. So for us, like that's our gift, like music. That's our gift to the world. So yeah, man.
Okay, I want to ask, like, the Philippines is home for you guys, right? But you are now based in here in Canada. But do you guys like have plans soon on like maybe doing a tour or creating more music back home? Or do you have plans this year or next year maybe?
I think that's definitely part of our roadmap that we're planning out. We definitely want to go back home. There's a bunch of islands that have been asking for us to come there and perform that we haven't seen yet, that I definitely want to explore too. You know what I mean? And just really get to see the Philippines, like, and everything that it has to offer. Again, man, like immigrating here when you're 2 years old, you don't get to see too much of where you come from. So I'm like, bro, by the time that I'm old, I want to be like, yo, I saw every single city in the Philippines, you know? Yes. So that'd be super dope, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Going back, on your different tours, you've visited almost the world, you know, doing different shows. Whose idea is like bring the camera, record this? I've watched some of your vlogs. You're rushing to the airport. You left your laptop and your camera equipment in the car. You locked the car. You lost the camera equipment. It got stolen. You know, all these things. How important it is to record that and share that to your audience? Like, share what is happening behind the scenes. Whose idea is that?
I think it's just like the cameras are just running at the right time. When you have the right people around you that are masters at their craft, you know what I mean? Say you have a videographer, they can usually pinpoint like, oh, this is probably a moment I should press record on. And it's just you trusting the team that you bring on that's like, they're going to capture those moments. And I think it's good to show those moments because it humanizes you as an artist. You know, where it's like, oh shit, dude. Damn.
They also pop up.
Yeah, dude. They go through bullshit too. Like, like my day to day, I go through bullshit the same way as your day to day. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's why it's important to show those moments. You know?
Yeah,
because people want to see. People don't really give a fuck why you're there, but people want to know how you got there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, just BTS, having a good team around you. Yeah. Like when it comes to the touring, number one, we grew up with these guys, and it's like they.
It's always fun.
Yeah, you know, and it's almost like an adventure for all of us, and the cameras are always on because they're a little like reality show as we're doing it, right? And also we always talk about like legacy and longevity. You know, I'm able to see like old videos, you know, as we get older. I want to talk to the guys about it when I'm like 65 years old. Like, yo, remember this? Like, remember the city? You got crazy in that city. And we got like VHS footage, or we got like high quality red camera footage, right? You know, when you got like your parents and you see like old grandparents photos and stuff, it's like, bro, like we got more than that. We got the whole come up when we're like 23, 24 coming up. And it's all in 4K,
yes.
Right? So
20 years from now, it's still in 4K.
Exactly, bro.
It's still crisp.
Exactly, bro. And so that's why we opted out to like, yo, we got to record everything. Like something is happening. So we got to just record everything. And dude, we have the craziest footage, bro. Like our first time at the Fairmont, we had like the, what do you call that? The ones that you step on and like with the two wheels.
Oh, the hoverboard.
Hoverboards. Yeah. We had like hoverboards there, ripping it through the hallways. We're like putting vape in the vacuums. We were just like fucking around, right? You know, all the different parties. And it's cool to just document, man. And we're so blessed to have those people around us that like, genuinely want to document it because a lot of cool shit is happening. And so now we get to watch it when we're older, and I can't wait. Like, these guys are going to be the uncle of my children. You know what I mean? Like, all my boys, right? So to talk about it, you know, really that's the dream. It's like to be by the beach in the Philippines, cigar. It's like, yo, remember, bro, when we were 25? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we did that. It's like, yo, pull up the footage.
That was the best.
Same as mine. Oh, son, you have a problem? Pull out the episode 148 of your dad.
Hey, I like that.
We're gonna have some break. We're still with MANILA GREY. This is your favorite podcast.
Yo, Cybergang, maraming salamat sa pagsuporta dito sa DOUGBROCK Radio Podcast. Dahil sa mga suporta nyo, patuloy namin nagagawa yung mga gantong klaseng content. Check out nyo rin yung iba pa namin mga programa. Huwag nyo kalimutan mag-subscribe at i-follow kami sa lahat ng socials namin, DOUGBROCK TV. Keep on winning!
Yo guys, nandito pa rin kayo sa paborito niyong podcast. Ito po ang DOUGBROCK Radio. Sobrang salamat sa opportunity na magawa to. Thank you kay Lord na nagagawa namin to. Thank you sa artist natin. Dahil sa music niya, nakaka-travel kami, yung buong team. Nakakagawa kami ng podcast. Ito, dream lang to na natupad. Kaya ikaw, kung may pangarap ka, makapunta sa malayo, makapagpasaya ng iba, kumita ng pera sa ibang currency, pwede natin masabi, ma-meet yung mga tao, ma-meet yung mga idol mo, lahat yan posible mangyari. Pero kailangan, pag nakita mo yung vision, kikilusan mo, lalagyan mo ng respect yung trabaho na ginagawa mo. At the same time, hindi ka mang bullshit at mga agrabyado na ibang tao, mas magiging nice ka ng palagi. And yeah. Thank you. Thank you sa episode na to. Going back to Nico and Sol. Yeah, bro. Any projects for the year 2025? Socials?
Yeah,
anything
working,
that you
man.
can share?
Yeah,
You just released music?
Top secret, but we working. We got a project on the way. 2-piece. Yeah, 2-part.
Working double time, man.
Working double time. We're deep in our run right now, so we just released Worlds Apart. Good Morning Means Good Night, and we just released Pink Slips. Shot the music video here in Vancouver. But yeah, we're gearing up, man. Summer, 2 months here, you know, so we're gearing up.
Music earlier,
Yeah.
And we finished another one earlier.
Yeah,
there you
yo.
go.
Shout out to Have Abby. Shout out to the whole
Oh
team.
shit, they're gonna know, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Shout out to Doug Brock. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to NJ. You know, just
Bro.
yes.
Big vibes, man. You
Yeah.
guys and your whole team that's here is just like the energy is right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it feels good. Like when you walk in somewhere and you feel that energy, it's easy to feel at home. And you guys definitely did that. So
This guy
we
was
appreciate
walking
it.
around with Spam fries, bro.
Damn.
Spam fries
When?
with the sauce.
What do you mean kanina? When, bro? I didn't see no spam fries.
Kanina.
Damn.
Yeah.
Next
Spam
time, next
fries
time.
with the sauce, bro.
Next time.
So, hey, thank you, man. Yeah, thank you, bro.
Oh,
Thank you for having me.
chefed up. When the fuck
Air
did this
fryer.
happen?
He air fried it. Yeah, he air fried it.
Damn.
But yo, thank you guys, man. You guys are super dope. We can't wait to come back, touch the islands again. You know what it is. But right now it's springtime. You know, another season of growth and rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Healing, recovery, whatever you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Put your trust into God, in the process. Destiny is in motion. Yes, sir.
That's facts. Amen, man. That's it, bro. Thanks for having us. Big vibes. Everyone tuned in, all the fans, everywhere in the fucking world, man. We love y'all. You guys are amazing. You guys make all this possible. Everything that we do. So that's it, man. Come on. Ah.
Thank you,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
You guys are the best.
Yo, salamat sa inyo. Shoutouts sa lahat ng napuntahan namin. We're heading to Calgary and Edmonton. Shoutouts to all the Filipinos, everyone who watch our shows in Winnipeg, in Toronto, in Montreal, and here in Vancouver. Shoutouts to you guys. And yeah, I'm very, very happy to be doing this podcast with these two amazing gentlemen that make me proud as a Filipino. I felt home. I felt like home. Vancouver is home. Vancouver is home for, artists like you guys. And yeah, para sa mga nanonood nito, nakakapanood nito, makakakita nito, iba yung galaw dito, nakaka-proud. Makikita mo rin yung mga Pilipino dito na sobrang hardworking. Makikita nyo rin yung buhay dito na sobrang trabaho talaga, na sagad, na yung petik sa atin na parang pagkagutom ka, pwede ka humingi sa kapitbahay ng pagkain. Dito, if you don't have money, if you don't work, you can't eat, bro. And it's hard to be poor in a cold fucking country. So you gotta fucking hustle up. And these are good examples na, bro, hindi madali yung life, pero panis. Basta nag-enjoy ka sa ginagawa mo, wala kang inaagrabyado, tapos lagi mong gagalingan. Kita-kits tayo next Sunday. Kasama ko si Sullivan at si Nico ng Manila Grey. Ako pa si DOUGBROCK. Ito pa ang paborito niyong podcast. This is DOUGBROCK Radio.